Hey, Fort Lee, Mayor Mark here with not good news. Over the weekend, we experienced a very bad fire.
Heavy fire blowing out 3 windows.
Where 38 families have been completely displaced. Our volunteer fire department, along with many other municipalities, were fighting this fire for almost 24 hours. It was a relentless fire. We thank our volunteers, and we also thank the neighboring towns that came to our aid for their assistance. Now, we had 3 firemen that did have to go to the hospital. Thank God they're okay. They've all been released. We cannot thank our volunteers enough.
2105 with an update.
I'm happy to report that no resident was hurt. There are no fatalities and no injuries due to the heroism of our volunteers to make sure that we evacuated the building. However, there is incredible property loss. The best thing about Fort Lee is coming together as a community. When Hurricane Sandy hit us, we started a charitable fund. It was called the Charitable Foundation of Fort Lee. We then used that fund to raise money for those displaced families during the hurricane. A few years later, we used that same fund to help many families that suffered loss as a result of the Linwood fire. We've now reactivated that fund to help the 38 families that have been displaced as a result of the Knightbridge fire. So, if anyone is interested in donating any money, any amount, no amount is too small, please make your check payable to the Charitable Foundation for Fort Lee. Please get your check to my office, the mayor's office, at 309 Main Street. If you're inclined to donate a gift card, please remember there's been a total loss here. We need to get these families hygiene items, soap, toothbrushes, things of necessity. So, gift certificates or gift cards to places like Target where they could buy those items would be very practical and very helpful. Gift cards to local restaurants would also be very, very helpful for these families. And finally, if you're inclined to donate items, whether it's soap, whether it's toothbrushes, whatever it might be, we're accepting those donations also at the Fort Lee Community Center. Bring the item to the community center, we set up a room, and then families that have been displaced eventually will be able to go there and grab some items that they may need. So checks, again, are the priority. We're trying to raise money so that they can have moving expenses paid for. They can have money for purposes of depositing a security on a replacement apartment, things of that nature. But think about what they may need. It's been a total loss. We're trying to help them as best we can. Your generosity is appreciated in advance. Fort Lee always comes together during these types of events, and this one is not going to be an exception.